So yeah, so this particular video, I'm definitely dedicating it to the staff. And the staff I'm talking about is the nurses. It's the nurses that are based on Roundwood ward. It's the nurses that were based on IFU. It's the nurses that were based on I believe it was the Lister unit before that. I don't quite understand how come. I mean, maybe sometimes the staff, whoever's responsible for them, maybe it's the nurse, maybe it's the charge nurse, or whoever's higher up. Do you know what I mean? Matron figures or whoever who's, like I said, who's higher up. Obviously, they might do things for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? To recognise what the goodness they do, give them whatever, whether it be a pay rise or, take them out for, I don't know, the end of the year, whatever you do. But I also think it's important that patients know about some of the things that are done for them. Does that make sense? We're not asking to be like knowing their business and things like that, or maybe you have got it in a situation like that. But the point is, I don't see much postings of that on online. I see all the other higher people up that are above this particular team, accepting awards and congratulations and thank you for your, you know what I mean. I have never got down well seen the ones that you see every day. So as the other ones that are collecting. You know who you are. See? It's all about this pecking order, right? Whether you're staff that work here, whether you're a patient, it's all a pecking order, right? Huh? It's messed up, man. When I was sick in 2018, the girls and boys, I always call them my girls and boys, I always say my girls and boys from IFU ward at that time. Now they've never ever seen me like that. And that would be the first time that they could honestly say, all of them would say, she was sick. She was ill. Something was very wrong on that admission when she came to us. There's no way none of them could have said, whoa, hold on a minute. This is good. I can look back at 2018, 2017, that entire year. I watched myself deteriorate. And it's only my loved ones watched me deteriorate for that whole year. My father died of a wasting away disease. I believe that I started to accept that was what was wrong with me. I just accepted that. I accepted that until I deteriorated. I don't know, I mean deteriorated. I might have gone to 30 kilos. My muscle consumption was what? It was nothing. But God is good. Because even if I had to drag myself on the floor, which I did, I had to drag myself around where I was so weak. My legs were blown up, Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I was watched and left to deteriorate that way. Think about it. What could they say? Could they say, well, actually that didn't happen? Well, you can't say that. I'm not one to play with my appointments. And that's how it all started. Saya has an appointment sent out in March. It then became June. It then became September. All in between that time, something was wrong. I expressed that. I expressed that. Can you imagine, like I said, throughout that whole year, 2017, like I said, I did believe that because my dad died of some wasted away disease, I don't know, be it cancer or whatever. I believe that, like I said, I accepted that. I accepted that, but still lived. I accepted that, but still lived. It's what it is. And like I said, thank God for the registrar that was there on that day on outpatients clinic to take note. To take note. But once again, like I just kept saying before, how is it that the registrar don't carry no weight? Huh? I don't understand. How is that making your patients even feel safe? When you're not away, when you're away as a consultant, then who you leave us with is, come on now, your registrars. That's who you, but yet they carry. Anyway, you know, I keep diverting a little bit. So anyway, like I wanted to say, so the staff, man, the staff in 2008, listen to me, they was there, they were on par, you hear what I'm saying, they was on more than point, they took care of me. Because normally they don't have to do much for me, you know what I mean? I'm independent, I do whatever I'm doing in the hospital, do you understand what I'm saying? You sort out my line infection, whatever. But this wasn't a joke, this time. And you know how, and even though I listen, I was in and out of consciousness, I felt like that. I felt like I was so poorly that, you know, your mind is not even, I was warped. I met this doctor in A&E at Northwick Hospital. And you know, she looked at me, I was having bloods done. I think she just happened to come behind the curtain, trying to get some, I don't know, maybe cannulas, doing something. And she must have glimpsed, and that was the nurse that was doing my bloods obviously struggled and said, and this particular nurse said to her, to this doctor, you know, I'm just struggling with this patient, could you see her after? And she says, yeah, after. And then as she looked at the paper, and she must have realized it was me, oh man. This woman dropped to her knees, you know, this woman was clutching my knees and just looked up. This doctor looked up at me. She looked up at me and said, she said, Kiki. She just says, oh my God. She clutched me like as if to say, you're alive. She clutched me as if to say, her eyes was even watering. She said, you gave me a fright, you scared me. She says, that was serious. She says, she said, she was like, you know, you strong. She said I was in her arms. I had collapsed. She said I was just there. Just nothingness. She said she really gave me a fright. You know, I looked at her, because you don't know. I mean, you know some bits you don't know, you know, it's heavy. And so you know by what other people are saying, even in and out of my consciousness and whatever, these people are not lying. You know, but it's just like I say, isn't it funny how my consultant has no memory of anything? It's interesting, right? The people that really went through it all with me is who? It's the nurses. They witnessed all of it. They helped me. They were there. They saw the struggles. They dealt with me. You know, me collapsing. I heard all sorts of things. They know. They know my pain, they know my suffering. Quite frankly, I think some of these goddamn nurses should be doctors. They probably just don't want to be doctors because it's demanding and how it is and how it's set out, do you know what I mean? Who wants to go up there? But I'm telling you, they are beyond damn well qualified. They damn well deserve the merit that I see some doctors having and that they're rewarded. They deserve it, man. They earned it. They earn it. That's why I said when I came to, to the ward, when I came to the wards, when I came here and I saw certain people that I recognised from way back, it burnt me. It burnt me. It burnt me because not just because they've aged, because you can see the stress on them. You can see, as usual, they're just holding the fort. As usual, they're doing everything. As usual, they're doing their goddamn more than their best. As usual, it's them. As usual, they're flying all over the goddamn place. As usual. Who wants to hang about? You train, I guess as much as those that get the training and leave. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just a constant battle, isn't it? Maybe not everyone is hacked out for this, or they do a little bit of training and go about their business. You understand? Because when you really look around, you're still left with the same ones. There's many that I know from way back that are still here. I've seen so many come and go. You get some extraordinary nurses. And I mean extraordinary. Extraordinary. And you could, like I said, you can just look at them, man, and know that flipping hell, man. They're beat down, Aya. They're beat down. They deserve more than a goddamn clap, or maybe a little, a yearly little function, have something to eat, a little damn idiot pay rise. One of their names ever up in lights, though, right? Whoever's above them get that, and whoever's above them get that, right? Pecking order. It's all in a category, and it's all in a class. That's how it goes. Same thing with patients. It's the same thing, right? Because when you think about it, they talk about there's certain things, isn't it? It goes with the age of that person. I don't think it just stops there with the age of that patient. There must be some kind of colour-coded. Come on, you've got to keep the balance, right? That colour-coded balance. So it's a part of everything. That's the truth. You don't have to be educated to know that. We know that. We see that. We feel that. I just think that they definitely need to train more. They need more. They need more training. And you know what was so sad? When I first came, when they opened, I was kind of here, at that COVID time. Do you know that it couldn't listen to me? I can't tell you the numbers, but I can tell you a large amount of staff was slick up with the COVID. Lick up with the COVID. Can you imagine when they go home to the pity them and their husbands and their loved ones, you understand what I'm saying, all their wives, all them get it too. And they still come here. Can you imagine they had just left? Don't forget, they had no choice but to come along with it. It's the flow. It's their fucking career, it's their job. Can you imagine that? What are you going to do? Even if they don't come here and they stay over there, do little idiot part work, but they come in here, this is their livelihood. What are they going to do? They have to go along with you, didn't they? Just like the patients, go along with St. Mark's. A lot of them got smashed up over that COVID time. That's no bullshit. Sick. I believe most of them even had the jab. That's a whole different kind of video, right? We talk about that. all double jabbed up and all them fuckery there, but yet they still get lick up. And obviously I know that. I was here. What support did they get? Or would I be told again that it's not my business? Mind your business. It's my business. It's my business. It's my business because they take care of me. It's my business. It's my business when they're overworked and they're popping down. Yeah? It's my business. Because all of a sudden, you know, you're going to get sloppy people or certain things. They're tired, they're mashed up, they're knackered, they're beat down. It's my business. And if you're not making it my business, I'm making it my business. I told someone back then. Above them. Why not? I think it's sad. If I think about the nurses under St. Mark's, it too much. It makes me cry. If I think about them too much, it makes me cry. But they're on their own. And then you know you get some of the nurses that are the nurses, but then after a while, sorry if you can't see me, the sun in it. After a while, you know, you get some of them that are, they just move on to another department, whether it's a nutritional part or do you know what I mean? You know? So you have to feel sad for them. I have to feel sad for them. How can you not be grateful? Well, who's not grateful for what they do, for the struggle that they do? You understand what I'm saying? They're struggling too. They're humans too. They're humans too.